What's up, trade? What's up, trade? What's up, trade?
What? All right, let's get this Casino Friday started. Thank you guys for joining. We got some people in the Discord. We got some people watching on the YouTube. For the people on YouTube, please comment which stocks you guys want me to take a look at, and then obviously you guys in the Discord, I will take a look at any stock you guys want me to. But let's start out with SPY. So if you go to this chart right here, and we do SPY, let's clean up all this mess. Okay, so where are we? So on the daily chart, we still have the moving averages curling lower. We do have a resistance at 382 using the 8 EMA. We did hold a support, a daily support at 370, but we do have some resistance again at, what is that right there? 379. So we need to break this 379 range, right? We've been stuck in this range for a pretty good amount of time. So if we break 379, well, we can make a move. We can make a move soon. So let's go to the 15-minute chart. What do we see? So we got 379 here. If we break 379, we got 381 as our next target. So let's just delete this again. So we need to break, oh, we can do 378.9284. There we go. So this will be resistance, 378.84. Now if we can't break, well, we can use 376 as a support because as you can see, a 21 EMA acting as a as a resistance, right? So 375.96 that looks like. We can do 376. So we can play puts below 376 and we can maybe fill all the way either to the 374.65. So this is the previous day close or low, I'm sorry. So 374.62. So this will be our first target. Okay. And then we have 373.1. Amazon. Yeah, we can do Amazon. We can absolutely do Amazon. Okay. So SPY above 370.84, we can definitely hit that 381 level, but if we can't, 370 below 376, we can see 374.62. Let's check out unusual whales and let's see what we are seeing as far as the flow. So if we go to SPY, okay. So most active chains, right? So let's do, so it's a mix of both, bulls and bears, right? A lot of bull flow, a lot of bear flow. So now, again, highest open interest, a lot of puts, but I like to see more volume than the open interest. Like this one right here, right? This volume, this 305,000 to open interest is almost 50%. Let's see the biggest trades. We have a lot of put selling, which is bullish. More put selling here. Some calls here. So yeah, we're gonna see tomorrow, see how the market acts. Okay, so that's SPY. So let's do QQQ. So let's go on the daily on QQQ. So QQQ is getting pretty tight, right? So we can actually, as you can see, it's holding this ascending trend line, right? And we can also get the high. So it's getting pretty tight. It's getting actually really tight. Okay. So QQQ, if it breaks below, where can we go? At 275 range, right? So this support, right? Or actually, let's start with 280. I think we did hit 279 this morning, but you see as a support right here, right? So a daily support of 280 could happen. If we can use the 8 EMA as a resistance, a 287.67, and also above the 21 EMA at 288.62. So let's go to the 15 minute. Okay, and what do we got here? So let's get rid of these lines again. Okay, so we have a high of 288.06, right? So that's gonna be our resistance. So if we can break 288.06, we can head to the 289, 290 range, right? There's a lot of consolidation here. Couldn't break the resistance. So 289 will be our first target. Okay, and then we do have some support here. One bounce here, one bounce here. So we got 284.4 as a support. So we're kind of in this range, right? We're just kind of standing in this range. So I would like to see upside above 288.06 and then puts below 284.43. Could look at 282 for a first target and then up the low of 279. That was like a perfect double bottom right there. Okay, that's QQQ. Now let's see what flow is saying. Probably it's around the same as SPY. Probably gonna be showing the same. So it looks like, yeah, I mean, half and half, kind of more. Calls and puts going 50-50, 58, 68. And we do have more bearish positioning. They're buying, these are very in the money puts for September. It seems like there's more bearish than bullish positioning into QQQ, but we will have to see what goes on tomorrow. But I think we have some events next week as well. Okay, so let's do Amazon. Okay, let's do 15-minute chart. Looks good. And actually, let's start using these ones. Whoa, not this one. Zoom. So let's do Amazon. Okay. So let's get rid of these. So what do we got here? We got some resistance at 111.77, right? So we can play calls above, or I should say 111.8. Now, where do we have our first support? So around 109.6, right? There's one bounce here, one bounce here. We break below, right? We hold here, but then we break again. That's on Wednesday. So again, another bounce here. So 109.6, you can look for puts. And then your first target can be 108.32. So we can do that as a green line right there. Or if you want to be safe, you can play puts below 107.58. Now, if Amazon breaks above 111.8, well, we have some resistance at around 113. Amazon can move to this level if it has volume tomorrow. Okay, let's check out the flow on Amazon. And let's do QCOM. Had a good day today, so we can do QCOM. Okay. So highest open interest are showing a lot of calls coming in. Biggest trades, there's a lot of cross trades, but if you look at the flow, the actual flow, let's see what was coming out. Let's not do that. Seems, yeah, the 120 calls for September were getting hit pretty hard. But again, I want to see the volume much higher than the open interest. There were a lot of 101 puts as well. So it is, oh wow, these are 2024, so these could be definitely hedges. But if we go to these 722, 115 strikes, well, as you can see, they added a 673 from yesterday. So they've added more to this contract. So it is more bullish right now. So we go to the flow here, Amazon 14, just selling. Yeah, so they have added the 115 calls. Wow, we're getting some insane spam comments. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so that is Amazon. Let's do QCOM. QCOM has had a good day today. So QCOM, obviously the high of 142.35 is going to be, wow, okay, let's go to the daily then. This thing is, yeah, so 142.35, whatever that high, what was that high again? Yeah, 142.35. So if it goes to the daily, what do we got here? Yeah, so you see there's multiple rejections here. It's a pretty major resistance, but if it can break above, we can easily see 146, no problem. It's just got to have some momo. So 146 could be a target. There's this area that it can fill. What the hell? I don't want that. Now, if it can't break that high, what do we got? I mean, we do, that's going to be not useful. So we do have some little bit of consolidation here. It holds, right? So around 139.46 could be a good put entry. Because there was a little sell-off here, but it held, right? And then pushed higher. So 139.46 could be a good put entry. And if QQQ is weak tomorrow, well, we can play this consolidation, right, as a support, right? So below 139, it can go to 136, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, the 115s on the Amazons are really heavy, so we'll have to see. You just gotta break that 111. There's that little double top kind of right there. Okay, so we can put that as a target. Don't want to do that. Okay, now let's do. All right, Discord group, give me a stock that you guys want to look at. Go ahead, pick one.
Can you hear me, Chewy?
Yeah, Chewy. Yeah. Okay, of course. Yeah. Chewy always do on Fridays. Okay, Chewy. What do we got here? So if we find a good support, so that's gonna be around. Oh, this is a messy chart. What is this? Okay. So we do have a tiny support of 41.65, but that is that's like 20 cents. So I would rather see Chewy below 41 or 40.93, right? So there's a bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. Kind of was doing its own thing here. I mean, definitely a decline, but that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so if it breaks below 40.93, it can go to the low, right? Now, on the upside, I would honestly want to see calls above 42.86. There is some rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, almost a rejection here. But as you can see, once it broke above that 42.86, this thing just flew, right? So once it breaks above 42.86, this could be our first target at around 43.68. That's a pretty big move for Chewy if it gets there. IV will kick, and these contracts can go up 200% in a second, right? So this will be our target on the put side as well. Okay. Now let's check the flow. I didn't check flow on QCOM actually. Okay, if we go on Chewy, what do we see here? Looks like a lot more bearish flow. So they're hitting the 39 puts for 715, so tomorrow, right? Good open interest, good volume. Yeah, highest open interest are hitting the puts. Okay, and look at this, biggest options trades. Wow, they are slamming puts. Okay, so Chewy's gonna be a good Lotto Friday. If they're slamming all these puts, we're gonna have to look at this 40.93. But we'll see how it opens tomorrow. I don't know, unless there's some sort of news going on. Interesting. Okay, so that's Chewy. Costco, let's do Costco. Costco for puts, huh? Well, let's check the daily and see. What a breakout. No, I did not want to click that. Sorry, guys. I do not paper trade. I just did it again. This thing is so slow. Okay, there we go. So Costco, we have that 513.45. This dates back to January, right, where it rejected, and it finally broke above in November. So this is a pretty big resistance. So if it can't break 513, well, it did have trouble here as well at around 505, which it did break today. That's why there was a pretty big breakout. So 513.45, if it breaks above, this thing can make a massive move, right? I mean, it's got all this gap to fill. Now, if it can't, well, we do have some previous resistance here at around 491. We do have a support here from this candle at 493. So if it can't break 513.45, well, could definitely, well, we can do a support here at around 508. Okay, so rejects 513. This is if Costco stays at this range. So I would look for puts below 508.22 and I'll look for a first target of 505.6 because that was today's resistance, right? I called it earlier today. I didn't play it. I wish I played it. So calls above 505 and that thing ran up. Okay. So that's Costco. That 513 level is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. So let's check out the biggest trades for Costco. A lot of bullish flow. A lot of bullish flow, right? So this is their selling premium here for tomorrow. Okay. A lot more bullish flow than bearish. But biggest options trades, I mean, these are super in the money. But I'm leaning bullish. I think there were like 515 calls for this week that were coming in as well. Oops, I did Chewy, I want Costco on this screen. Yeah, so they were, yeah, the last orders that were coming in, a lot of 729 calls. This one, 520. I like these contracts here. These 530 calls. These 520 calls. These 545 sweeps right here for September. So that 513 level is going to be pretty big. Okay. Perfect. Perfecto. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Anyone on YouTube want to comment? If not YouTube, we can just do Discord again. Or should I just pick one?
Wells Fargo?
Yeah, we can do banks. Yvonne. Well, we got one guy. We can do two more. We can do Wells Fargo, but Yvonne on YouTube, maybe he has one as well. So maybe we can do Wells Fargo and one more. All right, if we look at the daily, obviously you can see that 38.75 is a tough resistance, and there's a clear support around, let's do 38.34, right? So a break above 38.76, well, we can go to the 39 level. I mean, there is some support that you can use for a resistance at 38.95, but that's literally a 20-cent move, so I'm not even going to bother. So I would like to see it actually get to that 39.76 level. So it's got to break this resistance of 38.76. Below 38.34 can go to 37.97 first stop, and then the low. So we can use this as a first target, and then obviously we can hit 37.43 if it breaks below that support above 39.35. Oops, let's not do this color. Let's do this color. Okay. So let's check out the flow for, I think, wait, don't they have earnings? Oh, they have earnings pre-market, so it's not even gonna matter, but it looks like they're really hitting the 38.5 puts. So I mean, again, these levels won't even matter until tomorrow, when market opens, because they got earnings, so it's not even, this thing can go shoot up, shoot down before we even wake up tomorrow. So it's gonna be tough to trade this one. All right, and I think we're gonna end on that. We reviewed a good amount. I'm gonna post the levels on obviously our daily watch list section. I'm gonna even post this video in our daily watch list section and on Twitter. Thank you guys for taking the time and watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Casino Friday. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.